Good morning, everyone. We will now begin the morning service of the Miroku Association headquarters, asking God and Meishu-sama to protect and bless us. The construction of paradise on earth. Miroku Prayer, please stand. Waka amaharani kamsumarimasu. Kamurogi kamuromi no mikoto mochite sumemi izanagi no mikoto tsukushi no himoka no tachirana no odo no ahagi harani misogi harai tamo toki ni narimaseru harai dono o kami tachi moro moro no magagoto tsumi kegare o harai tamai kiyome tamai tomao sukoto no yoshi o amatsu kami kunitsu kami aoyorozu no kami tachi tomo ni ame no fuchi koma no mimi furi tatete kikoshime seto kashikomi momaosu Miroku om mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Miroku om mikami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Oshie miyoyan shinokami mamori tamae sakihai tamae Oshie miyoya nushi no kami mamori tamae sakihai tamae. Nagara Damachi Haemase Kam Nagara Damachi Haemase. Great God of light, creator and giver of all life, in accordance with your divine will, the long age of night draws to an end. Your radiant divine light, shining ever more brilliantly, awakens the dawn of the glorious age of light, a time long awaited by all humanity. We thank you for guiding us to your divine plan and for the privilege of channeling and receiving Johrei. May our spirits and bodies be illuminated and purified as we live your truth given to us by Meishu-sama. Make us pure and effective instruments of your divine light, so that we may serve you and all those with whom we come in contact. May paradise on earth be realized, with health, peace, and prosperity, a reality in our lives. Great God of light, bless and protect us. Radiate our souls with your divine light, so that we may truly become instruments of your great plan. Please be seated. We will now receive group Johrei. Listen to a reading from Meishu-sama's teachings. Faith. Even in this dark world, let us live with peace of mind, knowing that we are guided by the eternal light of God. While on earth, let us have true faith in God, quietly doing all that we can without fanfare, for the welfare of others. In our search for truth, we may read thousands of books, but unless we have faith within, all our seeking ends in failure and illusion. Our goal is to create paradise on earth. But that has to begin on our smaller scale with the creation of paradise in our homes and families. For that to occur, paradise must reside in our hearts. And having paradise in one's heart means there can be no suffering in one's mind. Impatience is a form of suffering, as is agonizing over plans that have not worked out. We must rise above suffering. The best way to negate suffering is through gratitude. In this way, paradise will reign within one's own mind. The best age has been referred to as the age of night, the age of hell. Even those with firm faith in God could not totally rid themselves of the sufferings of hell. However, the age of night is finally ending. We are about to enter the daylight age, and our organization will play a leading role in creating paradise. Therefore, as I said earlier, be careful not to foster suffering within your own mind, but rather create paradise within yourself.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining the Miroku Association morning service of the Miroku headquarters. This morning, I have this faith experience I'd like from Maria Alexandra de Sá Morgado. She's from the Oporto Johrei Center, Portugal. Maria Alexandra joined the Ikebana Sangetsu basic course with the objective of learning more about the meditation and becoming more useful to divine work through Meishu-sama's flowers. She has always had flowers at her home with a desire to bring light and happiness to her family members. I think the experience she would like to share with us happened when her oldest son was recovering from a flu that caused him fever and body aches, making it impossible for him to go to school. As she was working, she only channeled Johrei to him at the end of the day, which made the fever disappear. However, she was surprised by the fact that even though her son had no fever or pain, when he cleared his throat, it became very swollen and enlarged. She took him to the doctor, who diagnosed him with tonsillitis and immediately prescribed antibiotics. She pondered with her son if they would go ahead with the prescribed type of medications for about 3 years. Although he's a fan of natural forms of recovery and Johrei, this time he thought it was best to take the medication. On their way home, she gave him instructions for taking the antibiotic. As she had to go to work and could not give him Johrei at that time, seeing the flowers she had bought for the ikebana before her consecrated picture of Meishu-sama, it occurred to her to suggest that he do this dedication. She suggests for him to offer them to Meishu-sama in order to express gratitude for the purification he was going through. She also recommended that he takes the arrangement in his hands without any manifestation of suffering and with as much joy and gratitude as possible. As he always saw her arranging flowers for their whole house, he immediately volunteered to do it. She went to work, and shortly thereafter, her son called her, saying that right after taking the antibiotic, he immediately rejected, vomiting it, and that surprisingly, he felt much better. At the time, she thought it was due to the dedication to Meishu-sama with the flowers. When she returned home, she was able to confirm that he was in a good mood and that the swelling was going down. The next day, thanks to God and Meishu-sama, he woke up well, without any symptoms, and went to school normally. Since then, she has been fully aware of the wonderful power that the flowers and beauty exert over us when performed with the right feelings. To express her gratitude, she made a special donation and started to dedicate in a more committed way as ever before to this column of salvation, offering mini banners to people who need light in their lives. That was this faith experience from Portugal. And another experience I'd like to share with you is from Jéssica Mancio dos Santos Souza Cardoso. She's from Mogi das Cruzes, Brazil. In February 2020, Jessica started experiencing conflicts with her fiancé. They fought for no reason, and any day-to-day situation turned into a big argument. With the arrival of the pandemic, the relationship got worse, and she doubted if they would really get married due to the disharmony that presented itself. This made her extremely sad and discouraged. Her sister, who is a Johrei member, seeing her suffering, encouraged her to return to church activities. Jessica has been a member for 5 years. However, she did not perform any of our basic practices of faith. Then, in late May 2020, her sister went to church with Jessica to talk to their minister. The minister spoke about the importance of channeling and receiving Johrei, of reading Meishu-sama's teachings, of offering donations of gratitude, of following our online services, of being grateful for the purifications, and of practicing virtuous deeds. Thereafter, she began to carry out our practices of faith at home and go to church once a week to give service. With that, she got better, gaining strength and understanding about the purification process she was going through. After approximately 2 months, the minister asked for her fiance's name to offer a prayer. As soon as she spoke to the minister was very surprised as it was the same surname as the pioneer of our church in their city. The minister then showed her a picture of this lady. She decided to text her fiancé with the photo, asking if he knew the person. Jessica was very surprised when her fiancé replied that it was his deceased paternal grandmother, whom he didn't have the opportunity to meet. When Jessica became aware that her fiancé's grandmother had been a pioneer of the church, she was very moved, as she felt strongly that the spiritual realm utilized her to bring the light of Meishu-sama to her fiancé and his family. It took weeks for Jessica to notice changes in her fiancé's behavior and in their relationship. But now he seems like someone else, more caring and concerned about her. He started to attend services online and receive Johrei. Gradually, he became interested in knowing more about our church. He proceeded to read Meishu-sama's teachings and take the membership course. To her great happiness, he received the sacred focal point Ohikari in December 2020. He requested the Sorei Saishi, enshrinement of his ancestors, and remains firm in carrying out all our practices of faith. Jessica dedicates to the church once a week, attends all services, reads the teachings, practices daily and monthly gratitude offerings, and takes the advanced course for members level 1. Every Wednesday, she holds a Johrei gathering at her home with the presence of her fiancé and her family. And their relationship is getting increasingly better. And their wedding was set for September 2022. Jessica is very grateful to God, Meishu-sama, her ancestors, and her fiancé's ancestors for the permission to fulfill her mission. Thank you very much for attending this morning service and listening to this faith experience. I wish you a very wonderful day. Thank you very much.
This brings to a conclusion of our morning service. Thank you, everyone, and have a blessed day.